It is that time of the week on a Friday at around about 5:30, which is where we're at. It is the Friday Fun Forum. I'll have a special guest joining me, and we'll take a little look back, a walk back at some of the stories of the week. And it's good to have back again. Good mate, ex-broadcaster Nick Trott. Trotty.
Good afternoon / evening, shortest day of the year. So it's all downhill till summer from tomorrow.
Is that right? Yeah. So is it the it's the solstice? Solstice. Is that what we call it?
Yep. I do believe so.
And if you're
go and spray some orange paint on a rock somewhere.
Yeah, don't do that. Get out the broom. It's a pagan's night as well. So all you witches. Nick, before we jump into it, we've just stumbled into a little bit of a quick back and forth about the most overrated bands. And Kelly, bless her, because on this day, oh God, what year was it? 1964. The Beatles came to New Zealand, part of their Australasian tour, right? And they were met by screaming fans. It was a huge success, all of that. And I said, I kind of found them a little overrated.
You can't say that about the Beatles. Every single band from modern rock band, etc., is can owe their roots to the Beatles, in my opinion.
Yeah. Well, Kelly's a big fan, and I've been put to task. Don't you worry. And Sarah's gone, Leah, if Pink Floyd is rubbish, why is their Dark Side of the Moon album the most played album in the world? This album's the greatest album in history. Pink Floyd fan, seen them 4 times. Sarah, there we go.
Dark Side of the Moon, Dad. Oasis for me, completely overrated. Yeah.
Oh, there we go. There, those bloody Gallagher brothers. What a joke!
Yeah, bloody hell. Bring it on.
Whiny voices. Everything was bad. Who else? Who else? Quickly. Anyone else?
No, I really appreciate a lot of music, but I just have never been able to get into Oasis, and I never understood the size of their popularity. I might go back to listening to it and learn to appreciate it. That's what you do when you're old. You're old.
I never knew how in depth and deep Oasis were. Really
I'm gonna name drop here. Interview Noel Gallagher back in the day. I think you were with us too. And what a top bloke, nice bloke.
Okay, all right.
So shit music. Yeah.
All right, shit music. All right, Nick. Let's have a quick look over the week. Vaping. Now, Australia's decided that they really want to go hard on and they've started their first anti-vaping campaign, and they're spending almost 70 million on it, and they're using advertisements hitting TikTok, gaming, and other platforms. Obviously, they're going for the young ones because they're the ones that are doing it. But here in New Zealand, Ash firmly against it. They think it's outdated. It's but I mean you've got young girls, well, they're probably past it. They're wanting to smoke now. I don't know. Is vaping, do you think, an issue?
I hate it. I can't stand people vape. I've seen, just the actual addiction of it. You hear the anecdotal, and you probably read them every now and again. They pop up of teens waking up in the middle of the night so they can vape, just to have a puff and then go back to sleep. That's the danger of vaping, I think, and it's the nicotine flavours that are the problem, okay? And basically, most of them have nicotine in them. It gets them hooked on nicotine. It's nice. It tastes beautiful. And it's so easy. You don't have to go outside, light up a smoke, and,
stand in the rain.
A bit of a motion. Yeah, with all the other coughing bloody old people.
And look like a leper.
But I don't think it's hard to restrict vaping. Aussie, as you said, Aussie have done it. They've introduced harder legislation around it.
Yep.
They've banned the importation of disposable vapes. In March, they banned the importation of all vapes without an import licence and permit. You need a prescription to use nicotine vapes. They can only be supplied in pharmacy settings. It's illegal for Australian retailers such as tobacconists and and vape shops and convenience stores to sell vapes with nicotine, even with prescription. I mean, but you can vape non-nicotine vapes in Aussie as long as you're over 18. But that's not the point, because that's nothing, isn't it?
Yes.
It's like smoking pine needles when you're 13. Oh, look at me, horrible. I did a bit of a deep dive on this too in preparation.
Yeah. Well done. You sound very knowledgeable. I'm impressed.
Wait for it. Since 2010, Japan has banned the sale of vapes containing nicotine. So that's 14 years ago. And but you see Japanese people now. These, what's the first thing you see when they get off the plane or the bus? Cigarettes. They all stand there and all chain smoking.
They love smoking. Yep.
47 countries have banned the sale of vapes.
Jeez, Nick, you have done it. Well done. 47.
Argentina, Brazil, India, Iran, Malaysia, Mexico, Turkey, Vanuatu, Singapore, which is a fine of up to $1,500, and Thailand has some of the harshest punishment in the world, Vatican City, Hong Kong, and a whole lot of others I can't pronounce.
You've done well. So Nick, I'm going to take from that, and that's really good research, is good on New Zealand again. No, we're digging in. We're okay. It's okay. They'll be all right.
Yeah.
Kids will be all right. Yeah.
Easy solution. Make all the vapes in the shape of a big phallus.
There we go.
Or just make those flavours not sweet and fruity. Sweaty undies after a run.
Yeah.
And bloated sheep.
Kinna vape. Yeah, I'd like the steamed Brussels. Is it Brussels vape? Thanks, that'd be yummy. Brussels sprouts,
like Mum used to make.
Yeah,
I hated Brussels sprouts. I think now I love them because they're cooked properly. Mum used to just boil them till they went grey. Like no one liked them.
And now you go to fancy restaurants and they pop them down with a little. They've roasted them with garlic and all sorts of things on top of them, and you're like, wow,
almonds, yes,
yeah. But do you know they're still they are still little cabbages, and they will blow up when they're in your body. So you've got to be careful, and they make you fart. Yes. All right, let's move on, Nick. Well, you know the saying, only two things in life are certain, taxes and death. And there is a way to dissolve harmlessly in water the human body using heat and pressure and a chemical breakdown called water cremation. Now, I had a really interesting conversation with actually an embalmer, but she started it with it's animals. You can't do humans yet in New Zealand. You can around the world, but again, New Zealand, no. And, she said, look, it's just such a more kind of environmentally friendly way to do it. You're not taking up room. I don't know. I quite like the idea, but I want to be cremated. That's in my will. What are they doing with your body, Trotty?
Well, this is good timing on this because we've just updated our wills, and the kids, they said, oh, can you, put that you want to be cremated so, they can take us, wherever they go, if you're buried in bloody Hamilton here, and the kids don't live here, who's going to come and see us? I wouldn't mind actually being stuffed. Wheel me out at Christmas. Put me in my old Metallica T-shirt and I'll be happy.
Yep.
But that I had to look that up. Aquamation is another name for it, isn't it? And basically you put Grandad in a pressure cooker with a mixture of water and potassium hydroxide, which is like lye, isn't it?
Yes.
And you heat them up to 160 degrees. Yep. The pressure prevents boiling, so it's not like soup. It takes 4 to 6 hours to break the body down. You're left with a green-brown tinted liquid, and a soft, porous white bone remains, which is easily crushed to form a white-coloured dust, which can be returned to the next of kin. Yeah. And the liquid is either flushed or used on the garden, or I've just come up with another potential vape juice flavour.
Yeah, vape juice flavour. Granddad vape juice. Your granddad would be proud. Yeah, I
had a mate whose dad died last year, and he went in the ground in one of those seed pod things, which I thought was quite a groovy. Yeah.
Is that like and then do they plant a tree, or do they just?
Yeah. Plant a tree on top of you.
I like that. I like that idea. I said this when I was talking about it the other day, and I said I don't want to offend anyone. That's not me, Nick. But I know people like to go obviously to the cemetery to pay their respects and to talk to the headstone and stuff. But I've always looked at cemeteries, and just me being brutally honest, I've always thought, what a waste of land. I've always thought that, and I just think they're dust in the ground now. They're gone, but we've got all this land, with headstones, and I don't know, and I just think it's a waste of land now, and we're running out of it, and just we've got to think of other ways. That's for sure. But
the dead centre of town.
Yeah. We are in the Friday Fun Forum. My special guest is broadcaster Nick Trott. Trotty, we're going to grab the last break, Trotty. When we come back, we've still got quite a bit to talk about. Geez, bloody radio people talk, don't they? Jeez.